The Bitcoin price is breaking out of the potential bull flag pattern. Could this lead to an eventual rise towards the $10,000 region? Let's dive in and analyze. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. Today we're going to discuss the Bitcoin price and the action inside the chart right now. My friends, this does look like a pretty promising breakout here. Not that Bitcoin has to be out of the woods yet, because we still, until higher highs are created, are in a macro bearish structure. But here on the micro side of things, we are beginning to see developments which could potentially lead to a much larger breakout if certain parameters are met. And my friends, what I want to discuss here today is this little golden Fibonacci extension right up here around the $10,000 region, the golden 0.618 fib. Are we going to potentially see a run towards this region? And is it time to get this crypto? So as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell. And let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up, all right? So we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice, this is not trading advice, these are only my own opinions, ideas, and speculative hypotheses on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. That being said, let's begin right here on the one-day time frame for Bitcoin. Now, clearly, unless you've been living under a rock, you've had to have known that we've been trading in a sideways equilibrium now for almost a month at this point. Bitcoin has just been ping-ponging between a very, very tight range here, my friends. And the good news is that we are beginning to see what could be the final breakout of this range. Now, several things to take into consideration is that this could just be the start of a potentially large move here, right? We've seen this structure come to a pinnacle point here where it was make or break. We have seen that the volume has been declining steadily since our capitulation, right? And low volume can lead to, large moves, because as the order books are thin, the liquidity is low. A nice spike in the volume can lead to a nice either spike up in the price or drop down in the price, just purely based on there not being much liquidity in the market at that very specific moment in time. Let's get this crypto. And if I wasn't clear on why that also happens, when you get stuck in equilibriums like this, there's really not much swing trading opportunity in terms of large market swings up and down, and traders tend to sit on the sidelines until a direction becomes more clear, which also dries up the volume. And then when the direction of the trend becomes apparent, that is when speculators look to re-enter the market, and volume usually picks up from that point on. Let's get this crypto, okay? Now, that is also where I've been here. I've been telling you guys I have not been in a position inside this range right now, because this was more of a coin flip range, right? Macro structure, still bearish. We'll discuss this. Micro structure could be bullish, and let's look at some targets, okay? So now that this is broken out upwards, what I want to see here is this daily candle body close above our old prior high here, my friends, which is about 7,500. If we could see today's candle body close above 7,500 and then tomorrow's candle close above 7,500, that would certainly increase the probability of continued upside action, in my opinion. Something to consider here, though, is that on the 4-hour time frame, we have now entered overbought territory on the RSI, okay? Take a look here at the RSI. We have gone into oversold territory for the time being, and I want you guys to notice that the last several times that we've been in this oversold region here, we have seen Bitcoin sell off, right? Up there, we sold off. Here, we wound up selling off again. Over here, the prior 2 times, we sold off twice. It wouldn't be surprising for me to see Bitcoin potentially drop down again after this breakout, just to soul crush, bullish traders that got way too excited about this pattern breaking out with no further confirmations in volume and things of that nature. So I think that a pullback would be normal, right? And what's actually promising here, my friends, is that this could wind up just being a bullish pullback, as we've seen all across the trend thus far. Now, I actually want to go to a cleaner chart here. I believe that I have the channel that I'm looking for on another chart. Yes, okay. So this is the 4-hour time frame. And what I want you guys to notice here is that just like we saw on the RSI, that it went from overbought to then down, overbought down, overbought down, the trend has still remained bullish, right? On a higher low trajectory and higher high trajectory, right? This whole structure here has maintained itself and its structure. And you may be wondering why, Kirby, why do you have the channel drawn like that? Well, obviously the channel does go all the way to the bottom, right? But on the 4-hour time frame in particular, I really like this channel here with touch points all along the way, right? Relative touch points. And we could see that, one, the median line here in the middle, resistance, resistance, support, resistance, resistance, and now is tentatively looking to act as support here once again, right? And the bottom line, my friends, look, resistance, resistance, support, support, resistance, support, resistance. So this structure, specifically on the 4-hour time frame, is giving me an idea of where this may potentially pull back to and still maintain that bullish posture of the upward sloping support along the bottom, right? And the upward sloping resistance along the top. And for me, my friends, it does appear that even if we are to get a pull back down towards this, let's chalk it up to maybe about the $7,300 region, which would be about a 4% drop from where we are right now at the time of recording. I think that this still could be a very potentially bullish pullback, right? Especially after breaking out of that bull flag pennant, right? Which may seem like a fake out to many, right? Because if you bought that breakout with no confirmations, I mean, my friends, you know, that is a little bit of a devastating drop there. I mean, for some, that could be about a 6% drop if they bought up there. And 6%, especially if traders are over leveraging themselves, things of that nature, that's a lot of wreckage there. You know, a lot of traders will be stopped out for great loss, liquidated, things of that nature. And meanwhile, it would just potentially continue a healthy bullish uptrend, keeping the lower high trajectory intact, ready for the next potential higher high, as it's done so thus far since all the way back beginning in March of 2020. Let's get this crypto. Okay, so that's more of a micro view there. You know, from a bullish perspective, I think that a pullback would still be healthy, even though we would want to see a daily candle body close above 7,500, as I just stated when we were looking at the other chart. So I basically want to see a close above this old high over here, right? Daily candle body would be healthy. But if that doesn't happen, right, because we don't have a crystal ball, we don't know exactly what's going to happen, you have to prepare for multiple scenarios, right? So if we don't get that close above there, I still am under the impression that if my channel here can hold on the 4-hour time frame and Bitcoin is to find new support along this bottom trend line here, I don't want to rule it out of the cards that we still may be in a situation where we could see an accumulation down around the $7,300 to $7,200 region before another test towards a new local high. Let's get this crypto. Okay, so that's basically my short-term view there, and now we're going to start to look at upwards targets, okay? And if you're with me thus far, ladies and gentlemen, if you could leave a thumbs up on the video here for the algorithm, leave a comment, anything, I appreciate it, friends. Let's get this crypto, okay? And if you're brand new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tick the little bell. Let's get this crypto. So let's go back over now to the one-day chart here. Now, I mentioned earlier that we have a Fibonacci target up towards the $10,000 range, right? And keep in mind, my friends, you guys know I like to chart on the logarithmic view very often. For right now, we are on the regular view, okay? Regular Fibonacci's, okay? So you'll obviously notice here, we have the 0.618 up around 10,000, and we have the 0.5 here around 8,800. And we should all know by now, if you are subscribed to this channel, you know between the 0.5 and the 0.618 Fibonacci's is the honey hole of Don Carbonaccio. That is where on the upside, I look for a potential reversal, right? And on the downside, it is where I look for potential reversals to the upside, right? Either direction, whether it's an extension, like in this case, it's an extension to the upside, or a retracement. The 0.5 and the 0.618 creates this pocket here that I really love to look at. And we should all know that Bitcoin has had a crazy tendency to respect these regions. And you guys know that after this run started down here at 3,000 and we did wind up topping at 14,000, as everybody else was screaming 20,000 Kirby, 16,000 Kirby, I was sitting here with the Fibonacci extension pulled up from the top there around 20,000 to the bottom there around 3,000, saying, hey, ladies and gentlemen, don't you guys see that we have a 0.618 Fibonacci extension target right up there around 13,350? And I said, just prepare, be cautious here, because of course this doesn't have to be respected, but this would be a notable and normal area for a retracement to potentially occur. And my friends, we hit the extension target to a T and we've sold off ever since. Let's get this crypto. So right now, I hope that you see, right, in a bearish trend, generally the trend will reverse after hitting the 0.618, right? And we did that around 14,000, okay? And now if we go down into this trend here, we're using the Fibonacci retracement of this high to this low, okay? And if we are to go through another miniature market cycle, what we could see here is that we do have our 0.618 right around 10,000, with the 0.5 being around 8,800, which starts the honey hole for me here in another area of significant confluence. So let's discuss these two very specific zones right now. So the first one here is right around 9,000, right? The honey hole begins just under 9,000. Now, clearly we could see this area has a ton of macro support and resistance all throughout, okay? But the reason I really do respect that zone there right now is because we have that gap fill here on the CME futures chart, my friends. The gap goes all the way up to 9,060, right? You guys can see right here that this gap has yet to fill. It does not have to fill, but it could. And just getting up above that $8,000 region could lead speculators to potentially look towards that gap fill, and it could wind up creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. It does not have to occur, but it could potentially occur, as we've seen these gaps fill time and time and time and time again all throughout the CME futures history. Okay, past performance does not indicate future results, but at least put it on your radar that this could be a possibility mixed into the pot with things such as the potential bull flag, things as getting above the resistance zones, which I'm going to show you now. Let's go into that. Okay, so this range here, my friends, this red box, basically we are at the top of that box right now. Okay, and for me, getting above this region, which essentially here on my chart is right around 7,500. That's why I want to see candle bodies on the daily time frame closing up in this region here, right? You guys notice that this is an area of, it's blank, right? I don't have any boxes drawn inside there because I don't believe that we have much historic resistance confluence, or rather potential resistance confluence, until up towards the honey hole of Don Fibonacci, which begins, I mean, around 8,800 for that 0.5 fib. But I mean, it looks like an area that if we can establish price action inside there, we would have at least broken above this potentially bearish ceiling zone, and maybe could begin to look for a run higher. Okay, so now if we are to close up in this region, this would look like a potential bull flag breakout, with candle bodies closing not only above the old high, but then above the potential bearish resistance zone, tentatively looking to flip old resistance into new potential support before our next leg up. Okay. Now, since I've discussed the area of the gap around 9,000, we have to discuss this region up here of about 10,000. This range is the range, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we've seen the most historic resistance created. It was our multi-month support after the Moon Boys they just refused to believe that the bull run was over. Again, most of these people bought up inside this range. I'm a hodler for the long term. This is just the beginning of cryptocurrencies. Okay, James, you know that's what people convince themselves when they buy the top of a market cycle. I mean, just is what it is. It's clockwork, ladies and gentlemen. You guys should know this. The lifespan of the average person in the crypto space is very, very short. They come in, they start off, they say, I'm an investor, long term. Then they hodl for about 2 to 3 weeks. They get wrecked. Then they decide that they're going to become a trader because they try and get back their losses that they've made from hodling. Then they become a trader. They over leverage themselves. And within, the next 3 months, they've lost their entire trading balance, and then they quit crypto forever. Let's get this crypto. That's basically how it works. That's how most people go through this, because they have no discipline. They have no bankroll management. They just disregard all sort of risk management. They go all in, they over leverage, and they get wrecked. Okay. The Don takes risk management very seriously. I'd never, my friends, you should never be risking more than you can afford to lose when trading. I mean, that should just already be on your radar. But the problem is, my friends, is that many in this space, they come in with the wrong intentions, as that they're just essentially buying something that can only go up. It's just not true. I mean, that for some reason, Bitcoin has this belief system behind it that it has to go to 1 million. It has to go to 100,000. And people come in thinking that, and then it drops 25%, and then it's the end of the world for them. Okay. So this range became very, very strong in terms of support there because of that type of mentality. This is the bottom. It's never going below 10,000 again. And then it drops, they get wrecked, it comes back up and retests and confirms a double top of resistance. I mean, my friends, this is going to be a very, very strong region in theory, right? Sure. So was this $6,000 region, in theory, was supposed to be very strong. It wasn't at all. Theoretically, this zone up here should be very, very difficult to get past for the bulls. And I think that it is a testament to that potential strength with the 0.618 golden Fibonacci extension target, smack dab in the middle of the range, coinciding with the double tops and the support range. Let's get this crypto. If you see that, my friends, leave a thumbs up. You already know, leave it, because right now, if we are to get up there, this could wind up being the macro resistance point, just like the 0.618 was the macro resistance point of this market cycle up to 14,000, right? So we have this market cycle here, bubble pop all the way back down, complete bubble pop, exactly how a bubble pop is supposed to go. Goes from the bottom up to the top, back down to exactly where it came from. Complete market cycle, right? Moon Boys don't want to hear that either. That, my friends, was a complete market cycle, okay? Which Don Carbonaccio also pointed out for time immemorial, if you remember all of my videos in here. Let's get this crypto. So now, if we are going to see another little market cycle here, right, it's possible, my friends, that we see this rip up, get to that 0.618, fail, confirm this as the next potentially long-term macro bearish ceiling, and look to plunge all the way back down into the crypto abyss. Let's get this crypto. I think it's possible, my friends, that something like that could potentially occur. But you guys see right now, for me, there's way more parameters here in the short term, in the micro view, that could lead to a micro bullish continuation here. As I've pointed out all throughout the stream, even if we get a little bit of a dip, a little Dipinacci Don Dot, tell your wife, tell your fat, we may, my friends, potentially still be on a micro bullish trajectory towards targets up, in the high 8,000s to $10,000 range, in my opinion. Of course, it doesn't have to occur. This, in my opinion, is still a macro bearish structure, which at any time has a higher probability to break down than it does to break up. But right now, it does appear that we could be clearing some ranges of trouble for the bulls, and that would lead to a probability increase for that price to continue upwards. And just understand, even if we get towards this range, right? If we get into the honey hole, right? Anywhere in here, if we fail there, still macro bearish continuation structure. If we get up to there and reject macro, continue bearish structure, that would just be normal, my friends, to go back up there and get rejected, right? That's normal in a bearish trend. You retest back up to the area of concern, it fails, and then you dump. If Bitcoin can get through these regions, consolidate above them, that, my friends, is when we would look to say, hey, this could potentially be a real bull market, and the probability of continued upside action and now maintaining this next bullish structure, the probability certainly increases there, in my opinion. Let's get this crypto. I hope that these, the way that I'm explaining this is easy enough to understand, right? It's just that a lot of people in this space, they have no patience, ladies and gentlemen, right? Trust me, like these little moves in here. Oh, but Kirby, the candle went up 7%. Oh, Kirby, it dropped 3%. It doesn't matter what the price is doing, my friend. It matters what the trend structure is doing, right? Is there a setup in here for you to get a high reward, low risk trade setup? The price, take the price out of it. The price doesn't mean anything. The price is always going to move up and down. It's where is your edge in the market? Where is the break of structure? Where is the confluence with the RSI, the MACD histogram? What are the moving averages telling you? How about the Fibonacci ranges? What are they all telling you, right? And is there a play for you to take a position where you don't have to risk that much to potentially gain a whole bunch more? That's what it's all about. It's not about the price going up and down. It goes up and down every day, all day long, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Let's get this crypto. Right now, I'm monitoring this trend for my next trade setup, my friends. If this is a fake out here and it winds up not playing out to the upside at all, I'm going to be looking for potential short opportunities, my friends, which I will be keeping you updated with in VIP. And if we do wind up getting sustained price action here and look to rip up towards the honey hole of Don Carbonaccio, you best believe, ladies and gentlemen, that I will be looking to strike like a cobra out of the grass here and get this crypto. Right now, I've seen many degenerates in this market. And I am chalking it up to the fact that a lot of people are out of work right now. They are deciding, you know what, this Bitcoin thing looks easy. Maybe I'll try my hand at that and get rich overnight. You have a lot of people sitting at home bored, looking at this as entertainment rather than a business. Okay, my friends, that is where people wind up, making some bad decisions. And unfortunately, those that reap the rewards are those that are savvy to the markets generally. You have a lot of people that are looking for this as an entertainment thing. That's why I was telling you guys earlier, they're treating this like it's some sort of casino. This is not a casino, my friend. This is a trading market. And the thing is that you also have people, I've seen it. I bought my first 0.1 Bitcoin with my stimulus check money, Kirby, my stimulus check money. I mean, just think about what's going on here, ladies and gentlemen. You have people trying to get rich overnight by using a portion of a stimulus check to buy a fraction of a Bitcoin. Do you understand? So right now, that to me indicates there is a ton of dumb money in this market right now, which does also increase the probability that this could be a fake out. But, there's a lot to consider. There's always a lot to consider. Welcome to the most volatile, high-risk market in the world. Welcome. If you're not prepared for insane volatility, if you're not prepared for heinous fake outs, heinous rips, heinous dips, well, my friend, you are playing the wrong game. So right now, I'm going to remain cool, calm, and collected and prepare to strike like a cobra out of the grass and get this crypto. Whether it's up or down, the Don is looking to strike and potentially crush this market like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can. So my friends, with that being said, I'm going to keep you personally updated in VIP as I look to enter my trades, exit my trades, take profit on my trades. I can only be here on YouTube once per day. In VIP, it's around the clock, 24/7. So if you'd like to see exactly how I'm setting up my strategies for this exact range, how I'm setting up my entries for this exact range, where I'm looking to take profits in this exact range, my friends, today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. And my friends, if you haven't already, one last time for the Don, And for the algorithm, if you could leave a thumbs up here on this video, I really would appreciate it. And leave a comment, anything. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Thank you, Kirby. Get wrecked, Kirby. I appreciate it. Anything, my friends. It really helps the algorithm. I so appreciate it. And if you're brand new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tick the little bell and select all. I do analyses like this nearly on a daily basis. Welcome to the house that Don Carbonaccio built. Hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, select all. Let's get this crypto. And my friends, I'll see you all in VIP right now as I prepare to potentially crush this market like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can. I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. And until next time, my friends, the Don has spoken. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.